Oh, hey, my name's Jason. I'm an IT professional with absolutely no construction skills, and I bought a house that needs to be completely remodeled. This is going to be painful. I debated whether or not I was going to talk about this in this video. I didn't know if it was appropriate. I thought, well, these are my videos. This is my channel, and I only got, 10 regular viewers, maybe? Yeah. So I'll do what I want. But anyway, I think it was the video before last, I talked about my mom having quad bypass done. And in the intervening time since that video, my mom has passed away. And the reason I'm talking about it is twofold. I think it's natural to want to talk about, what people were like or what they meant to you. And my mom was a great person. I know anybody who probably, talks about their parents will say that. But if you knew my mom, as most of you probably did, I mean, she could be neurotic, but it was usually because she wanted you to do something that she thought was really going to be good for you or beneficial for you. She was generous to a fault. A lot of people know that. My stepfather will probably say she was too generous. And she was really looking forward to seeing the finished product on the house, so that's kind of a bummer. But part of the reason I also bring it up is I think it pertains to this whole theme that I've had of, what happens when you're doing a house like this. And part of it is stuff like this happens. And the harsh, cold reality is that to a degree, life has to go on. I mean, talking to my sister today, and I was telling her that I thought the memorial was going to kind of bring some closure to things, but I think it just opened up stuff that I was kind of numb to for a couple weeks, and I literally feel like I've been hit by a truck physically. I got nothing. But we have this house that we've paid for and we can't live in yet, and we got to keep going on it. I'd have today off from work as part of my bereavement leave, and I would love to just be home plastered to the couch, but I got to take advantage of times like this. So I don't want to talk about it too much and kind of bring down the tone of the video. We're pretty much going to finish up the framing today as it relates to getting the electrician in here. So that'll be cool. There's a couple things that we're doing on the framing with the windows downstairs that I'll show you. One side's already done. I was trying to get the other side done yesterday, and I put it together the wrong way, and I felt the rage building up, and instead of throwing hammers around the house, I decided just to leave and go get some fish and chips with Tammy. So anyway, let's take a look at what's going on in there. So downstairs underneath the windows, you remember they were kind of slanted because of the rotten framing underneath them. So the framing that has to go underneath them is just small 8-inch studs. And instead of trying to put it together underneath the window where it would be a tight fit, we just built these boxes basically with plywood on the backside and tar paper because it's kind of going to go up against the old shiplap and the brick. The problem with this one is, being the idiot that I am, there is a certain way it has to go in. You see that angle cut right there? And I did the first one fine, and then I got downstairs and I realized I had put the plywood on the wrong side of it, so I got to tear this apart. But that's how we're repairing those down there. They're basically the same formation as these windows upstairs, and the two on the very two far sides, the framing is plumb, but the two in the middle are not. So Dave has cleared the framing out from in between those, and then we can, kind of suck that in and plumb everything up, and that's what we're doing today, and then we'll pretty much be good with the framing.
If you find a guy or a company that will install it,
Yeah.
let me know, because I can send you down to, I have an account down there. It's called AIG, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they're a gas provider. They have all the fireplaces, all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we're out.
All right, thanks.
We're back on test. We're called in.
good, thankfully?
Yeah, it better be.
Well, we got a lot done today as far as the framing and even some concrete work. I just want to mention that tomorrow, the re-inspection of the plumbing is going to happen, and there was just 2 things that they dinged them on that were real simple. And so they're coming back tomorrow just to double check that. And then the windows are going to be delivered tomorrow. So let's go ahead and just flash forward to tomorrow and see if either one of those things actually happened. Well, I had to flash forward 2 days instead of 1. But here we go. Garage full of windows. I guess this video is going to span over a couple of weekends. I'll get some video of us replacing these windows this coming weekend. Should be good. That's really going to make things look nice from the outside, I think.
It's like a professional. Whip out your cable cutters. Just happen to have them. Oh, the same darn way. A safety cable.
More snug fit here.
Yeah, part of the flange is still on to where. Do that again. Okay. Does it have a board like that last one had? I already took it off. Or you got it off? Yeah. Okay.
No!
Oh, not so. Oh. Now let me get in there and help. Ready to blow out. Yeah. So I can take this one off, but you gotta keep out of the way of this one. You've got that pointy Sharpie thing there. next one is really going to be heavy, much less the glass. That's the only one left, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah.
I wonder what that, I'm assuming it's just like these.
So it's Monday, and as an IT professional, this has been a pretty good 3 days because I've been installing Windows all weekend. Anyway, yeah, so that's what we've been doing. We got a lot of windows done, actually. Let me turn things around here. We got a large majority of the windows done. As I was saying before, these ones are going to be a challenge because they're on the second floor. They're double pane, they're very heavy, and the geniuses who put the windows in did it from the outside. So we got to get scaffolding, several large men, and be super careful because I don't know how that's going to go because we got to get this glass down from the scaffolding without killing anybody and the new windows up. So that's going to be cool, but I'm focusing on the positive because the new windows are really looking great. When we first started talking about windows, I told Tammy that I thought it would be good to have the new windows open like the old ones because I just wanted to kind of stay true to the design of the house. And that added, I think, another $100 per window, but we love the results. She loved it when she came over and saw it. I think it was really good to have them open up and down instead of side to side on the majority of them. The exception to that would be the kitchen windows, as you saw before, that got the smaller windows on the bottom. And the bay windows in the living rooms will also be that way. But, man, it's amazing what having new windows has done for my outlook, so to speak. Sorry about that. But it just feels so good to be putting stuff in. I know I say it a lot. It feels good to be putting stuff in instead of tearing stuff out. So 2 of the new kitchen windows are in, and it just looks fantastic. Even unfinished, even though they're all just right now just kind of sitting in there. As you can see, they're kind of in there Mickey Mouse. But, man, it looks great. And it feels great. And as Fernando told us, it's better to look good than to feel good. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day. I'm in class all week, but I'm taking a class online. And it's on Eastern time. So that means I have to be on the computer by 5:30 every morning. So I'm done at 1:30. So that gives me a little more time to be over here at the house doing stuff with my pal Dave. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, unless I could snap my fingers and the house was done. But I don't have one of those gloves that big, ugly comic book looking guy has on that movie. Anyway, catch you guys next time. Well, as an IT professional, it's been a pretty good weekend because all weekend I was installing Windows. No, take 2.